Hey level uppers, it's Larry, and this is an overview of one of the most iconic classic mid-level dungeons, the Estate of Unrest. The tale of the Estate of Unrest, or what it was originally called the Estate of Rest, is a grim and troubling one. It involves tragedy, jealousy, and murder. Let's go back in time a few centuries to help understand how this horrific tale unfolded. The story begins in ANTONICA, more specifically in Eridan. A noble erudite family, known as the Quelborns, were devout followers of the god Quellius and wanted to spread knowledge and awareness of their god's virtues of tranquility and peace all across Fadewar. Nicadius, the husband and cleric in the family, also looked forward to settling down with his then pregnant wife, Jessa, and raising their new family. The trek from ANTONICA to Fadewar was a perilous one, and Jessa was almost immediately struck with illness, struggling to stay alive. Jessa was able to deliver their daughter during the voyage, but unfortunately it came at a grave cost, and Jessa died shortly after. In memory of her mother, Nicadius named his daughter after her mother and decided to settle in the secluded mountains of Dagnar's Cauldron. The estate was eventually constructed and Jessa's remains were later buried under the gazebo. Life was peaceful as anticipated at the Estate of Rest. Travelers and adventurers seeking solitude or recovery from the surrounding dangers were all welcomed here and were taught about the good word of Quellius. Over the years, the daughter, Jessa, grew up and married a dwarf named Kil Ruxif, and she would eventually bear his child shortly after. Or would she? The brother of Kil Ruxif, Garanel Ruxif, absolutely despised his brother, which was fueled by his immense amount of jealousy of his life. It was rumored that Garanel had an alcohol issue and was progressively becoming more unstable and even insane over time. One fateful night, Garanel snuck into the estate and tortured and murdered everyone. Nicadius, who was standing vigil at the chapel, yelled out for Quellius just before being struck down. Quellius did, in fact, appear and was infuriated at the grotesque scene caused by the envious dwarf brother. He was subsequently cursed, which caused him to die immediately, and the curse itself reserving Garanel's spirit in the afterlife to spend an eternity in pain, and was doomed to the confines of what we now know as the Estate of Unrest. Time had passed, and the evil-filled ghost of Garanel had festered in hatred and pain for so long that he actually started to strengthen as a result of it. Meanwhile, back in the heretic city of Paniel, a curious priest of Khazad-dûl was intrigued by the story of what occurred at the estate. Unfazed by the dangers that had been reported, the dark arts priest traveled to the estate to see the chaos firsthand. Upon the priest's arrival, Garanel attempted to kill the intruder. However, this particular foe to Garanel was much stronger than anticipated. The priest was able to subdue Garanel and threatened to banish him into eternal darkness. Not fond of the void, Garanel decided that he would hear this priest out. By the end of their conversation, the priest became fascinated by how things came to be for Garanel and decided that he wanted to invest all of his dark powers towards the cause. In a gross display of Khazad-dûl's power, the priest raised the dead and intensified the evil across the entire grounds of the estate, even sacrificing his own life to see Khazad's will through. And that's how we get to the Estate of Unrest that we all know and love. Once again, thank you all so much for the support and the kind words from my previous videos. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Level up hype!